We all know Iran has been 2 weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon for like the last 15 years or something. So we had to act now, and we're doing war. War! What is it good for? Distracting from the Epstein files. No on the campaign trail, I promise.
Hey, y'all. It is 2nd of March. This is Spencer Keck with the Hillbilly Think Tank. I'm the educated hillbilly. And no, that's not an oxymoron. Don't call me a moron. I'm coming at you live from Kentucky, where we are dedicated to the promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Y'all, I am dedicated to serve with honor. Nothing is better for the soul than serving our neighbors with love and care. Now, Captain Whiskey Pete Kegsbreath tells the troops that war is hell and always will be. He also says that we didn't start this war, but under President Trump, we are finishing it. Oh, excuse me, Whiskey Pete, but did Congress declare war? Did Americans vote for war? I say and ask, old Captain Bone Spurs, he didn't start this war? Whiskey Pete Kegsbreath didn't start this war? Just a couple of months ago, we were told that the Iran missile threat was wiped out by our massive bombing campaign. We were told the bombing was successful back then. Remember that? Did Whiskey Pete and Captain Bone Spurs lie? Surely not. Now, Captain Whiskey Pete also said, this is not a so-called regime change war, but the regime sure did change, and the world is better off for it. Oh, pray tell. Oil prices jump after the Iran strikes. A Saudi refinery was hit by Iran. The Strait of Hormuz is blocked off. The oil tankers aren't going through there. Gas prices are rising. And most importantly, American mothers, fathers, wives, sons, and daughters are mourning the loss of service members in Kuwait and awaiting the news of the other 4 that were seriously injured there. So we know that 4 have died, been killed there in Kuwait. In addition, 3 U.S. aircraft were shot down in the skies over Kuwait in a friendly fire incident. So do all Americans agree that this is what they voted for and we are all better off for it because of Captain Whiskey Pete Kegsbreath and Captain Bone Spurs tells us we are better off? Will they personally deliver the death notification to the soldiers next of kin and explain in person that this war is not at all about distracting us from the Epstein files, but it is in fact all about making the world a better place for the safety of American democracy? Will they go to these families and say, in person, war is hell and always will be, along with some heroes will die? I doubt they will do that. That would take real honor, courage, and commitment to face the Gold Star families face to face. Now, we know the track record of Dementia Don when it comes to Gold Star families from POTUS 45 days. After the fallen soldiers, heroes in Niger got a call from Sleepy Don, and other Gold Star families fared no better back then. What can we do in Hardin County and the rest of Kentucky? Number one, it's never too late to recognize we've been swindled, bamboozled, and hoodwinked. The Epstein class pulled the rug from under us. It's that pure and simple. Now, we've had the rug pulled straight up from underneath us. We all been so gaslighted by the gilded class that it is only now that the fog is lifting and we can see our true plight. It is not left against right or liberal against conservative. It is the gilded class, this Epstein class, telling us that there is a class war, when it has been their class attacking all of us for the past 50 years in an attempt to usurp rule of the people, by the people, and for the people. Together, Republicans, independents, and Democrats must toss away the hatred for each other that they have tossed to us like their hand-me-down clothes. And we can put on our own jeans and t-shirts just fine and tell them that we will buy their lies no more. Do not elect any person that is a gaslighting facilitator. DC is full of elected officials that are profiting lots of money being made from prostituting themselves to the Epstein class while telling us they're working for us. Vote them out. Start from the bottom up. Now, I'm not a fortunate son, but I am blessed by living in a county and a state where we believe in united we stand, divided we fall. I will stand with you against the voices that would pit us against one another. Here in Hardin County and all of Kentucky, we know that to build community, we must build a strong vision for our county's future. Strong counties make strong states. Oh, this reminds me. Captain Bone Spurs has told us some heroes will die. That is war. That is true, but also still very, very glib. Will his son, Baron, be on the front lines with the infantry? He's the perfect age for joining the Marine Corps infantry and heading to the front lines. Please, if you are one of those people who voted for Captain Bone Spurs because Stephen Miller, Tulsi Gabbard, Putin, and Captain Bone Spurs said they were the anti-war politicians, please, it is not too late to vote to correct this during the midterms. The Epstein class is very worried now, so worried that they'll go to war to keep our eyes off of the files. They have subverted the Constitution, and without a declaration of war, without congressional authorization, and without the consent of the governed, they have started a war. Well, in the meantime, I am going to keep on fighting for the regular folks of Hardin County that work hard, pay their taxes, love their family, and love their neighbors as themselves. You know, well-adjusted adult stuff that our papaws and mamaws taught our parents, and they passed on those values to us, unlike the Epstein class. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Vote for me for Hardin County Magistrate, District 3. All right, we've got Iron Hunt on here saying prices are still high in our area. Yeah, gas prices have not gone down. They're only going up. Joe McKismo says, good evening, by the way. Looks like you said something else too. Let's see. Yep. He says, Ron, something I've learned over the decades is that once prices go up, they won't go back down. All right. Well, these prices definitely won't go back down for a bit. What else we got here tonight? All right. Tom says, why wait for the midterms? Call your reps and senators now and daily. Very true. Demand, we've got to demand that they indict, find guilty, and remove the regime and its sycophants. Agreed there, Tom. Tom earlier said Iran poses an immediate threat, but North Korea doesn't. North Korea has had nukes for decades, even though most of their nukes are now rusted relics. Extremely good point. Extremely good point. And they're constantly actually testing theirs to make sure they can go over to their neighbors and to anyone else. So, very good point. Yep. Ron says, like I said, prices are still high in our area. Yep. Not going down, going up. All right, y'all. It just brings us to the notion that really it's all up to us. Again, do like Tom said, call your representatives, your senators daily. Demand action. Demand first off that they quickly, now as they've been talking about but haven't done for a bit, make sure they go in and vote to take back what Constitution says they have, which is the war powers. That lies in the hands of Congress, not in the hands of the president. This is known, and we have to put it into effect one more time. So, what else we got? Anybody else here before we sign off? Got a couple people hopping on here. Let's see what we got. All right. Got Tom. Sorry, looks like we got a couple more comments, but having a little technical difficulties here. Let's see. All right, y'all. So let's get to it. Vote them out. I'm running for Hardin County Magistrate District 3. Vote for me. A vote for me is a vote for your hardworking values, along with those hardworking values that your papa and your mama taught you all about, and that they passed on, like I said, to their kids. Your parents passed on to us. Our parents passed them on. Keep on passing them on to us. So we've got to make them go by our values, not by the values of the Epstein class, because all they value is protecting themselves, getting away with whatever they want to get away with. And we can't let this war be the Epstein war, the war to hide the files. We've had enough of it. I know most of us did not vote for this. Only folks that I think voted for this war were the Epstein class. Again, we've been hoodwinked. It's not too late to stop it, to put an end to the insanity. Yeah, all right. So we do have a couple more comments here. Back online. Got Steve says, agree, North Korea isn't a concern for Netanyahu, so not a target. There we go. Absolutely correct. Steve also, let's see what else you're saying. Operation Epstein, distraction. Here we go. I'm not going to call it by the name that Whiskey Pete Keg's Breath wants us to call it by, because that will be the name I'll call it by now. Operation Epstein, distraction. That's where we're at. Y'all, couldn't said it better. So again, if you would, please like and subscribe to this channel. Vote for me for Hardin County Magistrate 3. Kentucky, united we stand and divided we fall. We are our brothers and our sisters' keeper. We love our neighbors as ourselves in Kentucky. That is the mutual aid at its finest. Bless our corazon, and remember everyone deployed overseas, because a lot of them are Kentuckians. Have a great one, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
We all know Iran has been 2 weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon for like the last 15 years or something. So we had to act now, and we're doing war. War! What is it good for? Distracting from the Epstein file. No, on the campaign trail, I promise.